Okay, so um, analyzing the Palestinian-Israeli Gaza conflict, I feel the need to address a certain matter in respect of truth, shall I say. And that truth dwells in the fact that most people do not acknowledge that um, on the matter of criminal charges, so many people on earth have done way worse than Benjamin Netanyahu. And very few people ever stop to acknowledge this fact. And that's simply this: nobody ever stops to say, well, it's not the Israeli people who are telling the Arabian nations that they can't exist. Um, Israel has never gone out of its way at all, or its leaders, to say to Saudi Arabia or Egypt or Syria or, Iran or whatever Arabian nation you want to come up with. There's many of them. Israel and their leaders have never said to any Palestinian or Arabian nation, look, you don't have the right to exist, so we're going to destroy you. In this whole matter of charging Benjamin Netanyahu with the silly crime of supposedly causing starvation in a war, there's no legitimate premise to charge the man. And why would that be? You want to know why there's no legitimate reason to charge Benjamin Netanyahu with a crime here? It's simply this: Benjamin Netanyahu never started the war against the Palestinian or Arabian nations. And Benjamin Netanyahu never once said that the Palestinian or Arabian nations don't have the right to exist. All Benjamin Netanyahu has ever done, along with the present Israeli leaders and past Israeli leaders who have stood up for Israel in this major continual conflict with the Arabian nations, all Benjamin Netanyahu ever did, all Yitzhak Rabin ever did, all these Israeli prime ministers and presidents that have ruled since Israel became a nation again in 1948 and 1967, a full nation, all they ever did was stand up for Israel's right to defend themselves against a violent Arabian people who clearly do not make an ounce of sense regarding peace in the Mideast. Israel has every right to exist along with the Arabian nations. But if the Arabian nations don't want to be peaceful, and they don't want to acknowledge the fact that Israel has the right to exist along with them, themselves, then Israel has every right to defend themselves. In every nation, basically, it's a law that self-defense is legal. So when you have millions of Arabian people causing wars against Israel and killing Jews and killing Israelis and killing human infants in the name of Muhammad and in the name of Allah and the name of whatever God you want to call it, Satan. According to 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4, St. Paul says the God of this world is Satan. But Jesus is a merciful Son of God, and the true Father of Jesus is hidden at this moment, connected to Christianity's teachings located in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4. If you want to get literal, that's the case at this moment. Even Jesus said, my kingdom is not of this world, therefore you're going to kill me, aren't you? And what did the people do? They killed Jesus. But that's besides the point. I'm getting off topic here. That's a relevant point. Don't get me wrong. The death of the Lord Jesus Christ is a relevant point, but don't get me wrong. It's kind of irrelevant to the topic that's being addressed right now. The topic that's being addressed right now is the fact that the Arabian people are the ones that are causing the wars and violence in Israel and in the Gaza Strip and in the Mideast at this moment. It's not the Jews that are always starting the fights. And it's like people on earth are saying, how dare the Jews defend themselves? We want the Jews to be stripped buck naked and whipped in the streets. How dare Benjamin Netanyahu defend himself, Israel, against the violent Palestinian people, because Benjamin Netanyahu has defended himself against a bunch of violent Arabian people who like to blow up human infants in the name of Satan, because Benjamin Netanyahu has defended himself against these violent people. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to charge Benjamin Netanyahu with defending Israel against violent people. We're going to defend the violent Arabian people who like to blow up infants in the name of Satan, because it's the devilishly right thing to do, to defend the Arabian people, because the Arabian people like to blow up human infants in the name of Satan. And who wouldn't approve of Arabian people when they blow up human infants in the name of Satan and then claim that they're righteous and accuse Benjamin Netanyahu of doing the right thing in defending Israel and standing up for Israel in a cause against crazy people who like to blow up human infants in the name of Satan? Who wouldn't defend the devilish Arabian people for blowing up human infants in the name of Satan so that Israel can be destroyed? Listen, people, get a grip. Benjamin Netanyahu hasn't done a thing wrong. All he's done is stood up to defend Israel against a pack of violent Arabian people who don't give a crap about anything righteous. And that's the obvious truth. Look at the facts closely. There's no doubt that that's clearly the case. What's happening on earth today is we've got a pack of people on earth saying Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't have the right to send in soldiers against violent Arabian people who like to blow up helpless human infants in the name of Satan. So because Benjamin Netanyahu is opposed to violent Arabian people blowing up human infants in the name of Satan, because Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't approve of the Palestinian Arabian people because they do that, the entire human race has turned against Benjamin Netanyahu and said, how dare ye oppose devilish Arabian people who blow up human infants in the name of Satan? We can't allow Benjamin Netanyahu to defend Israel against violent Arabian people who like to blow up human Jewish infants in the name of Satan. We can't allow that. We have to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu. Give me a break, people. Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty for defending Israel in this situation addressed. When you got a pack of Arabian people who are completely psychotic, running through the streets of Gaza, blowing up human infants in the name of Muhammad and Satan and Allah. Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty at all in this matter addressed. Benjamin Netanyahu, if the truth be known, Benjamin Netanyahu did everything he could to be peaceful with the Arabian people and give them their own land. Well, Israel has their land, but the Arabian people said, that's not good for us. That's not good enough for us. We want Israel to be completely destroyed and not exist at all. We want you to be buck naked in the street, Benjamin Netanyahu, so we can check out your buttocks naked in the public streets. Come on, let's kill Israel. We got to kill Israel. We got to kill Israel, but we're a peaceful nation. But we got to kill Israel, but we're a peaceful nation. But we got to kill Israel. We got to kill all Jews, but we're peaceful. We got to kill all Jews. We got to kill all Jews and all Israelis, but we're a peaceful nation. And we got to charge Benjamin Netanyahu with defending Israel. Well, what do you expect Benjamin Netanyahu to do in this situation addressed? Do what the Arabians want him to do and get blown up by a bomb so that the Arabians can win this war and destroy Israel completely, so that the Arabians can be turned violent against other nations? Once they conquer Israel, you know full well that the Arabian nations are going to turn on the U.S. again and start blowing up human infants in the name of Satan in the United States too. Telling people that Donald Trump was wrong in wanting to stop the Arabian people from coming into the United States is also ridiculous. The human race is totally idiotic in condemning Benjamin Netanyahu for defending Israel against a violent pack of Arabian people, okay? And they're totally crazy for condemning Donald Trump for doing the same thing. Okay, get your facts straight. Are you people crazy? You want to charge Benjamin Netanyahu for defending Israel against a pack of violent, crazy, devilish Arabian people who don't give a crap about righteousness, but just want to blow human infants up in the name of Satan? Get a grip, people. Are you people crazy? Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty here. It's the Arabian people who are guilty. Benjamin Netanyahu is doing everything in his power to be peaceful with the Arabian people, but they're telling Benjamin Netanyahu, no, we're going to kill you anyways. We don't want to meet you halfway. We want Israel completely destroyed. But we're peaceful people, cried the Arabian people. We're devilishly peaceful, but we want to kill Israel completely. How is that peaceful, to want to kill Israel completely when Israel's being peaceful? Are you people hearing what I'm saying here? So Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty if he's defending Israel and ordering the Jewish soldiers to go in and stop these devilish Arabian people, even if hunger is becoming an issue. No, Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty. Benjamin Netanyahu gave the Arabian people every chance not to starve in the streets in war. It's Arabian people who are forcing themselves to starve in the streets so they can blow up human infants in the name of Satan when they get an opportunity to. And people are condemning Benjamin Netanyahu for doing the right thing by sending righteous Israeli soldiers into the Gaza Strip to stop the Arabian people from trying to blow up human infants in the name of Satan? Think about it. Of course, Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty of a war crime in that regard. If Benjamin Netanyahu didn't do anything in that regard and didn't send in soldiers to stop Arabian people from blowing up human infants in the name of Satan, then that would be a criminal act on the part of Benjamin Netanyahu. But for Benjamin Netanyahu to send in Israeli troops to stop violent Arabian people from blowing up human infants, Benjamin Netanyahu is clearly in the right in doing that. And if starvation comes to these Arabian people who want to blow up human infants in the name of Satan happens, then that's not Benjamin Netanyahu's fault. Clearly, it's not his fault. You don't charge Benjamin Netanyahu with a crime for doing the right thing and trying to stop devilish Arabian people from killing human babies. Are you people on earth crazy? Of course Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty. And to charge him with a crime when he's clearly not guilty, are you people fucking crazy? Get a grip, you idiots. It's not Benjamin Netanyahu who's wrong here. It's the Arabian people, for crying out loud. They're clearly violent. They don't want peace. They want to kill people, but they say they're peaceful. And they blow up human infants in the name of Satan and say that Israel doesn't have the right to exist when Israel's trying to be peaceful with the Arabian people. Well, excuse me for saying that Israel has the right to defend themselves against violent people. That's an American law. That's the law in most nations. You have the right to defend yourself against violent people. And it's not the Jewish people and the Israelis who are being violent originally. It's the Arabian people who continue to be violent and blow up people in the name of Satan. So obviously, Benjamin Netanyahu is not guilty of a crime when he's sending in soldiers to stop devilish Arabians from blowing up human infants in the name of Satan, for crying out loud. Give your heads a shake if you think Benjamin Netanyahu is wrong for doing that. Benjamin Netanyahu should be given an award for sending in Jewish soldiers to stop Arabian people from blowing up human infants in the name of Satan. And if starvation comes upon these Arabian people who want to blow up human infants in the name of Satan in such a war, then that's the fault of the Arabian devilish people who are deliberately causing wars and violence for no righteous reason. That's not Benjamin Netanyahu's fault, you fucking morons on earth today. Anybody trying to charge Benjamin Netanyahu with a crime in that regard is a moronic idiot. Call a spade a spade. Don't call a spade a banana. Thank you very much and have a good day. On that note.